You don't have a thinking problem. You have a thinking too much problem. And the worst part? You already know it's hurting you, but you still can't stop. Overthinking feels like control, like you're preparing for every possible outcome, avoiding mistakes, protecting yourself. But in reality, it's slowly destroying your peace. Overthinking isn't intelligence, it's fear, disguised as thinking. Fear of making the wrong decision, being judged, losing control. So your brain keeps analyzing again and again and again, until even the smallest decision feels overwhelming. You think about something, then you question that thought, then you question your question, and suddenly you're trapped in a loop with no exit. Not because the answer isn't there, but because your mind refuses to accept it. Your brain is designed to protect you. It treats uncertainty like danger. So instead of letting go, it keeps searching for the perfect answer. But the truth is, there is no perfect answer. And the more you search for it, the more lost you become. Overthinking doesn't just waste your time, it slowly changes who you are. You start hesitating more, trusting yourself less, missing opportunities, feeling mentally exhausted. And eventually, you begin living more in your head than in reality. You don't stop overthinking by thinking more. You stop it by breaking the cycle, by accepting uncertainty, by limiting how long you think, by taking action before your mind traps you again. Because action is the enemy of overthinking. Your thoughts are not facts, they are just thoughts. And the moment you stop chasing perfect answers is the moment your mind becomes quiet. Maybe peace was never about finding the right thought, but about learning when to let go. You don't have a thinking problem, you have a thinking too much problem. And the worst part is, you already know it's hurting you, but you still can't stop. It feels automatic, like your mind just keeps running even when you want it to be quiet. Overthinking feels like control. It feels like you're being careful, like you're preparing for every possible outcome, avoiding mistakes, protecting yourself from regret. But in reality, it's doing the exact opposite. It's not protecting you, it's trapping you. Slowly, quietly, it takes away your peace and replaces it with constant noise. Overthinking isn't intelligence, it's fear disguised as thinking. Fear of making the wrong decision, fear of being judged, fear of losing something or losing control. So your mind tries to solve everything before it even happens. It replays conversations, imagines worst-case scenarios, analyzes every detail, again and again and again, until even the smallest decision starts to feel heavy. And then you get stuck in the loop. You think about something, then you question that thought, then you question your question. And suddenly, you're going in circles with no clear end, not because the answer doesn't exist, but because your mind refuses to accept anything that isn't perfect. Your brain is designed to protect you. It sees uncertainty as a threat, so instead of letting things be, it keeps searching for the perfect answer, the perfect timing, the perfect outcome. But that's where the problem begins. Because there is no perfect answer. There never was. And the more you chase it, the more lost you become. Overthinking doesn't just waste your time, it slowly changes who you are. You start hesitating before making simple choices. You second-guess yourself constantly. You trust yourself less and less. Opportunities pass by, not because you weren't capable, but because you were too busy thinking instead of acting. And over time, you become mentally exhausted, even if you've done nothing physically. You start living more in your head than in the real world. Moments pass, conversations happen, life moves forward. But you're somewhere else, stuck inside your own thoughts, trying to figure everything out. And the more you try to control everything in your mind, the more out of control you feel. But here's the truth most people don't realize. You don't stop overthinking by thinking more. You don't solve it by finding better thoughts. You stop it by breaking the cycle, by accepting that uncertainty is a part of life, by understanding that not every question needs an answer, by giving yourself less time to think and more permission to act. Because action interrupts overthinking. Action brings you back to reality. And maybe the most important thing to remember is this: your thoughts are not facts. Just because something appears in your mind doesn't mean it's true. It's just a thought, nothing more. And the moment you stop chasing perfect answers, the moment you stop trying to control every possible outcome, is the moment your mind starts to quiet down. Maybe peace was never about figuring everything out. Maybe it was always about knowing when to stop thinking and finally letting go.